We begin at 4 with a forewarned weather alert. More than 100,000 customers are without power across western New York right now, and the number continues to grow. Take a look at this. This is a live look outside right now at the Erie Basin Marina. You can see it is very windy, and you can see the water crashing in there. And this is video our photographer shot this afternoon. You can see the wind whipping around, and you can also see heavy waves caused by the wind. Here's what you need to know right now. Several roads are closed and travel advisories are in place. The elevated portion of the Skyway is closed in both directions. Orchard Park police are asking for no unnecessary travel south of Route 28. Niagara Falls Mayor Paul Deister is also asking for no unnecessary travel. And also, empty tractor trailers are banned from the thruway from Rochester to the Pennsylvania line. We also have a reminder from the State Department of Transportation. They say when a traffic light is out, you have to treat the intersection as a four-way stop. Again, this is very important information, especially if you are out on the roads this afternoon. Let's go ahead and get you now to your forewarned forecast. Meteorologist Andrew Baglini is tracking everything you need to know. Andrew?
Yeah, Christy, it's a dangerous wind situation, and it's going to continue for the next few hours. We do have these warnings that are in place until 10 o'clock this evening. That's when things will start to diminish below warning criteria, but still going to be awfully blustery all night long. Here's a look at the high wind warnings that we have in place for all of western New York. We do have lesser advisories down in Potter and McKean counties. There is a possibility, though, that some advisories could even be issued after the warnings are over. Various storm reports all across western New York of incredible wind gusts and damage as well. We had a 69-mile-an-hour gust in East Aurora with a tree that was just uprooted. Tonawanda clocking in at 70 miles per hour, so a lot of 60s and some 70s as well. Well, we saw that incredible video of all the waves crashing up. Lakeshore flood advisories for the Lake Erie shoreline in Erie County and Chautauqua County, especially right along Route 5, where we could still see some problems. Current wind gusts 47 at the Buffalo Airport, 59 up at the Falls. Our Dunkirk station was taken out earlier, so no data receiving from there right now. But the winds are going to continue to gust like this for the next few hours. Once we get past 7 or 8 o'clock, I think we'll start to see them diminishing a little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. Still an awfully blustery night, and problems are going to continue, both power outages and problems traveling through this evening. And then after midnight, things start to calm back a little bit. Still pretty breezy for your Thursday, but not quite as strong or dangerous as what we're seeing right now. So that's the good news for tomorrow. But for the next few hours, still going to be awfully dangerous out there with those winds gusting to 60, even near 70 miles an hour. They will back off late as colder air arrives. We're back below freezing. That colder air could bring with it a little bit of snow as we head toward week's end. We'll talk about that coming up in my full forecast in just a few minutes.
Andrew, thank you. And again, more than 100,000 people are without power this afternoon. We have National Grid spokesperson Steve Brady on the phone right now. Steve, first of all, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So how many people in western New York are trying to reconnect right now? What exactly is the situation?
National Grid customers right now, we're just shy of 90,000 customers out of service. They're spread pretty widely across the region that we serve here in western New York, but clearly the hardest hit areas tend to be to the north, Niagara County, Orleans, out towards Genesee, even Monroe County.
Okay, so this is obviously a very serious situation. What should people do if they see a tree down in power lines nearby?
Safety is always the first concern, Christy. Any wire that they see on the ground or sagging, they should assume it's an electrical wire. They should assume it's energized and stay away from it. Get a hold of us. We'll take care of it. Even if they think it's the cable TV wire, don't take any chances. They also should stay away from anything that wire might be touching or entangled with. So if a tree branch came down and it looks like the wire's tangled in it, stay away from the tree branch. Even under the right conditions, even wood could conduct electricity.
Okay, and what's the timeline for getting people back up and running with power? And what should people do and have ready in case they still do not have power after it gets dark?
In terms of the restoration, we're still working on that right now. And unfortunately, we're still at the whim of the weather for the moment. We're taking new outage calls even as I speak to you at the moment. So it's clear we're going to be doing restorations well into tomorrow. Whether it goes longer than that, at this point, it's probably a little bit too soon to say. It's going to depend on how much longer the wind continues to blow. A couple of things, customers, if they're going to be out for a little while, should, obviously, if you have flashlights available. If they're operating generators, make sure that generator is operated in a well-vented area, preferably outdoors. to avoid the buildup of carbon monoxide. And if they're going to operate the generator, they should pull or open the main breaker in their breaker box so that the power from the generator isn't backfeeding into the network, which could be a hazard to our crews.
Okay, that's Steve Brady again from National Grid. Thank you so much for the important information, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Okay.
Now we showed you how severe the wind is outside just minutes ago. Now we want to take you live to the Erie Basin Marina. Forewarned meteorologist Kaylee Wentz is there live right now. Kaylee, how are things looking right now?
It is absolutely so windy out here right now. It's hard for me to even hear you guys back at the studio. I personally have never stood out in winds this strong. It feels like I'm at the gym getting a workout because of how strong these winds are blowing. You can see over the Erie Basin Marina waves crashing on the rocks. We're not seeing waves actually too high. I would say between about 2 and 3 feet, but it's definitely pretty crazy out here in terms of wind speed. And to put it into perspective for you, I know Andrew just told you this, but Buffalo is not even the windiest of locations, so it's much worse than this along Lake Ontario shoreline. It's absolutely brutally cold out here. I just got blasted by some waves, so we'll continue to keep you updated from the Erie Basin Marina, but for now, I'm live here for News 4 at 4.
Okay, Kaylee, stay safe out there. Thank you. Now, we are getting a lot of pictures of the damage. Take a look at this picture sent to us from a viewer in Lancaster. You can see a tree falling down completely. You can see just how large that tree is as well. Now, strong winds also caused this tractor trailer to overturn. Take a look at this. Sean sent us this picture from the town of Lockport. It's obviously causing a lot of traffic problems for people, and you can see just obviously how strong the wind is if it's causing this to happen. Now, we have much more weather coverage on the way. You can find all of the road closures and power outages on our Forewarned Weather app and online on our website at WIVB.com.